Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Fitriyana Ramli from PBIB. In this video, I will explain about the material on the 5th session. On the topic of discussion in session 5, there are two things that need to be learned. The first is the concept of English language teaching, and the second is the relationship between a discourse analysis and English language teaching or ELT. Okay, for the first, I will explain about the concept of ELT, English language teaching. It was explained that to understand about teaching English, we must first know the definition of teaching. There are two ways of teaching. Virtual and ritual. Virtual, it means a teacher teaches with the help of a computer and use a network. While ritually, it means we teaching or explaining material directly in front of student in class. Therefore, by looking at the two teaching concepts, it can be defined that the teaching, it means we helping students acquire knowledge and skills. To find out about what will be taught, the teacher must determine the type of teaching materials that will be used in the classroom. Therefore, Brown, Richards, Tomlinson, Yassi, and Kaharudin strongly suggest that the teachers do need analysis. Need analysis is important so that a teacher can find out the types of teaching materials that are suitable for a certain group of students, can formulate goals and objectives, prepare and sequence materials that will be used to achieve learning objectives. Then, the teaching method defined as instruction or how the teacher gives lesson, on how to encourage student participation in class activity, and how to select and using teaching instrument. Furthermore, if the notion of teaching is then brought into the area of teaching English, then teaching English can be defined as the process of providing skill and knowledge of English to a group of students that their first language is not English through the implementation of three main stages, namely pre-teaching or planning, during teaching or providing instruction, and post-teaching or measuring learning outcomes. The second topic that needs to be understood in the discussion on the 5th session is the relationship between discourse analysis and English language teaching. To understand this subtopic, we need to discuss the first two important things that are trends in ELT, a theoretical perspective, and the second is ELT, English language teaching trend in Indonesia, a factual perspective. So, if we talk about trends in ELT, a theoretical perspective, what can be learned from the theory? From here, it can be learned that many English learners can speak grammatically correct English but fail to speak naturally understandable English. Situations like this often lead to pragmatic difficulty in understanding each other due to unnatural English, which make their interlocutors uncomfortable. Many pragmatic difficulty occur among English language learners. This is because most of the English teachers tend to teach their student English separately with its usage. As a result, knowledge of context is lacking, and when it's time to practice what they have learned in class in real-life interaction. Students have difficult using socially appropriate language and find it difficult to recognize and the function of the language. Next is the discussion on English language teaching trends in Indonesia at factual perspective. In Indonesia, the undeniable fact that many English learners can speak grammatically correct English but fail to speak naturally understandable English. So, how do we face this fact? To face this fact, this can be started from suggesting English teachers to study discourse analysis because discourse analysis is able to provide information about how native English speakers use English to interact and communicate in their actual social life. From here, teachers are expected to start thinking about contextual functional English teaching to complement textual grammatical English teaching. The combination of the two teaching orientation is expected to be able to make Indonesian English learners successful both in mastering the component of English, like grammar and vocabulary, as well as using this component to communicate properly. That's all my explanation about the material on session 5. I'm sorry for many mistake pronunciation in this video. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.